Hello. So today we're going to be doing multi-digit multiplication on the stamp game. And let me go ahead and share my screen here. You can, of course, do this at home on your stamp game that's been provided in your little bag that you hopefully prepared last week. If not, you can, of course, do it here on the Virtual Montessori Tools website. So we know that multiplication is just repeated addition. So let's say we have a number like 34 and we want to multiply that by 3. So we get out our first addend of 34 and we're taking that 3 times. So essentially it's like adding 34 plus 34 plus 34. Okay. So as you can see, we have 3 groups of 34. And now we're putting them together, we're adding them. So if you know what 4 times 3 is, this can go a lot quicker. Or of course you can add up here. So we have 4, 8, 12. So 12, we know that we're going to have to regroup if we can only have single digits 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 in each place. So we're going to have to regroup 10 of these units for a 10. I can just kind of put it back here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And I get out a 10 here. So now I have 2 units. Regrouped my 10. And we have 3, 6, 9, 10 tens, which we're going to have to regroup for 100. So I can put all these 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, get out 100. So there's our answer. We have 2 units, 0 tens, and 100. So 34 times 3 is 102. Okay. So let's do a bigger number. We'll multiply that by 4. And we'll just put these at 0 until we know what they are. Okay, so 256 times 4. So that means I'm going to have 4 groups of 256. It's just like we're adding 256 plus 256 plus 256 plus 256. So I just like to get them out in order like this. 250, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it's going to take the longest just to get these out. So there's one group of 256. 256 times 1. There's 256 times 2. $256 times 3. So I need one more group. 200. All right, so here is our 4 groups of 256. So we always start with our units. We can skip count to help this along. If you can skip count by 4s or 6s, if you skip count by 4s, then make sure you're going up and down. If you skip count by 6s, you're going by rows here. So if we want to skip count by 4s, we have 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24. Going across to skip count by 6s, we could say 6, 12, 18, 24. So we have 24. So that means I'm going to keep 4 of these units here, and then I have to regroup 20 for 2 10s, right? So put all these back. This takes a minute. Okay, so now we're going to get out 20. There we go. And if you want it on your paper, you could write a 2 up here above the 10s because we know that we regrouped that. And I can go ahead and put, I've got 4 units here, this 2 up here. So now we're taking, we had 50 that we're multiplying by 4 plus these 2 that we added. So I can skip count by 5, 10, 15, 20, 22. So again, so I'll have 2 there, and I'm going to regroup 20 10s for what? That's right, 200s. So there's my 20 10s. I'm going to get out 200. So again, on your paper, so we have 2 10s, and we could write a 2 up here above the hundreds place. So we have 200 that we're multiplying by 4. So 200, 400, 600, 800. And then we're adding these. So we have 800, 900, 1000. So we need to regroup our 1000, our 1000s for 1000. And I can get out, forgot to say this in the last problem. So this represents a 0 in the hundreds place. So we have 0 in the hundreds place, and we get out 1000 because we regroup. So we have 1000. So there's our answer. 256 times 4 is 1024. All right. So if you think you've got it and you want to attempt your problems on your own, go for it. You can stop watching now. I'll do another one. If you're like, I think I got it, but maybe I need to see it one more time. Cool. So let's do 337, 8, 7 times 3. I'm going to put these back at 0 because it doesn't. All right. 337 times 3. So I'm going to get out 3 groups of 337. 337. 5, 6, 7. Okay. 300. 30. 7 times 2 and 337. So here's our 3 groups of 337. So multiplying 7 units times 3, 7 plus 7 plus 7, we can skip count by 7s. If you're not sure, you're like, oh, I don't feel so confident doing my skip counting by 7s, then you can skip count by 3s. Here we've got 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21. And if we were skip counting by 7s, we'd have 7, 14, 21. So 21, that means 1 unit and 2 10s. So these 20 units are going to regroup. Just for the sake of time, imagine that because like if we were doing this live, I could just, well, I'm trying to do this quickly. I could just scoop these all up and dump them back in here, but it takes a minute. Okay, so here's my 20 units. My 1 unit that's still there. I'm going to get out my 2 10s. Okay, so I have 1 unit. I would write my 2 up here. Then we have 30 times 3. So we have 30, 60, 90, plus these 2 10s, 100, 110. So these 10 10s, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We'll regroup for 100. And now we have 300 times 3. So 3, 6, 9, 10. We have 10 hundreds, which we're going to regroup for 1,000. So all these hundreds go back. We get out our 1,000, and we can put this here to represent we have 0 hundreds. So 110, 1,000. So the answer is 1,011. 337 times 3, 1,011. Let's do one more where we have a 0. So I want to say 205 times 6. So 200. This can represent my 0, 5. Remember, I'm making 6 groups of these. I can actually just leave that because we'll regroup. So just leave a blank spot there for our 10s. See if I'm gonna have a room for all these groups. I'm gonna put one up here. 3 groups of 205. 4 groups. 5 groups. And 6 groups. Okay. So got all these units here, but I can skip count by 5s. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. So all these units, wish I had a pen, I could just cross through that. I'm not gonna like imagine that I've picked them up and I've put them away. 30 units exchanges for 3 tens. So we had 0 tens here. 0 times 6 is 0, but we added that 3. So we have 3 tens, and then we have 2 hundreds times 6, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 hundreds, which we can exchange 10 of the hundreds. So if we have 12 hundreds, that means we have 2 hundreds and 1,000. And instead of all these units, we actually have this. We have 0. Okay, I just want to save some time and not put all those back. So ignore all those units there. We actually have 0, right? So we have 0 units, 3 tens, 2 hundreds, and 1,000. So 205 times 6 is 1,230. Okay. So go ahead and give those problems a try. If you need to watch again, just remember you make your groups. Always start with your units. Make your exchanges. So if you have 27 units, you'll exchange 20 of those units for 2 tens and still have 7 units. So watch your exchanges, and there you go. So enjoy.